Alright, so last night I was editing this video that will be coming out in a couple of days, and while I was editing it, I got the New York Post, like I do every morning, and this is what it said. It says, "Hotspot Heist Gang. Thugs ambush NYC's toniest diners for watches and jewelry." Now, I couldn't believe it. Like, this was an unbelievable coincidence. I get the New York Post in the morning and it's about Rolex robberies, the front page. So I'm gonna go through the article. You can see there, NYC's night spot muggers. Gang preys on rich for bling after fine dining. It basically talks about this gang called Own Every Dollar, OED. I never heard of them, but apparently they, hang out in Manhattan outside nice restaurants and wait for people to come out with nice watches and steal their watch and mug them. And this article is saying that they've stolen millions of dollars in watches, like Richard Milles, Pateks, APs, the whole gambit of fine watches. And the front page of the Post has a little picture of a rose gold sky dweller. So that's cool. I mean, look, I'm not gonna try to spin this into good news somehow. It's not good news. It's tragic news for these people who, fellow watch collectors, really. Federal charges are in the works against the violent armed robbers who've swiped more than $4 million worth of pricey watches and jewelry from patrons of trendy Big Apple hotspots. In a pair of interviews, NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea said local and federal law enforcement officials were seeking to take down the crew, which the Post exclusively revealed Monday is affiliated with the notorious Trinitarios gang and called itself OED, Own Every Dollar. The message to these people should be very clear. We are going to come after you with the full might and fury of the criminal justice system, including federally, and put you away for as long as we possibly can. On Fox 5, he said the NYPD was working with all 5 district attorneys and multiple federal agencies on a task force to shut down the criminal enterprise eyed in over a dozen robberies. There have been some arrests, but the problem is still ongoing, Shea said. Meanwhile, Democratic mayoral nominee Eric Adams, a former NYPD captain, said, "I don't think we need the feds to step in. We have a great robbery unit in the New York City Police Department," he said during a campaign event in Brooklyn. "What we must do is start connecting the dots. We have video cameras everywhere. Let's use the videos. Let's make sure that we catch these guys before they hurt more people and others become copycats." They include last month's shooting of an outdoor diner at the Philippe Chow restaurant on the Upper East Side, who fought back after another patron had his Rolex watch stolen, and Thursday's gunpoint robbery of about $150,000 worth of jewelry from a Diamond District store owner who was leaving Tribeca's Buddha Bar New York restaurant and lounge.
Let's say I want to rob you, okay? And then I'm sitting there and I'm watching your stories on Instagram. You have an Instagram account? You probably don't post that much, but once in a while you might be, in a great pizza spot, and you're posting, wow, what a great slice of pizza. And I see it was posted a couple of seconds ago, or whatever it was. And I'm like, oh, that's in Brooklyn. I know where this guy's at. Let me go down there. Let me wait till he comes outside. And if I find a good spot to rob him, I will. I could have dodged him before. Who never knows?
Yeah. You were one of the guys they were tracking.
Yeah, they're probably tracking everybody. They're looking at 20, 30, 40, 50 people a day. Celebrities, athletes.
Shea's comments came a day after an NYPD cop fired 3 shots through the windshield of a black BMW, in which 3 suspects allegedly fled after being spotted casing the scene outside the Pergola restaurant in Chelsea. On August 19th, a 34-year-old man was robbed of $100,000 worth of jewelry, including an Audemars Piguet watch, after he left Pergola. Cops caught one of Monday's suspects, Wilson Mendez, 19, Jesus Christ, of the Bronx, following a brief chase, and he was taken to a hospital for treatment of cuts to his face. But Mendez has yet to be charged in Manhattan criminal court, and his whereabouts on Tuesday were unknown. His lawyer, Dawn Florio, said only, "We are going to fight the charges vigorously." Spokespersons for the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan and Brooklyn declined to comment. Yeah, that's because of New York City's bail reform laws, and they're letting people out with no bail. So they go to jail overnight, they go to the tombs, and they leave in the morning with no bail. So it's up to the goodwill of Mr. Mendez to show up to court. you know, for his arraignment and to go to jail. I mean, he's not gonna show up. It's ridiculous. I mean, this city is just letting people off the hook, essentially. And that's why this stuff is going on, because there's no punishment for these people. Anyway, don't get me started on this crap. The Post gives 5 examples of restaurants that were targeted for these robberies. The first one is Pergola, which is on West 28th Street in Manhattan. In August, $100,000 worth of jewelry, including an Audemars Piguet watch, are swiped from a 34-year-old patron. On Monday, an NYPD cop fires shots at 3 suspects of the theft ring as Trio cases the joint. 1 suspect is nabbed. And then they have Buddha Bar Restaurant at 62 Thomas Street, Manhattan, on October 7th. The ring swipes $150,000 in jewelry off a Diamond District businessman patron outside the restaurant. Coming out of 47th Street, you're immediately a target because everybody knows why you're there. You're buying jewelry, or you're dealing in jewelry, or you're selling jewelry or something. And you probably have valuable jewelry on you. You're a sitting duck. Opus Lounge, 3775 10th Avenue, Manhattan, September 20th. 2 men are shot outside the lounge, including a 35-year-old who was robbed of his jewelry after collapsing with fatal wounds to his torso. Number 4, Philippe Chow, 33 East 60th Street, Manhattan, September 16th. Robbers steal a Rolex wristwatch from a man dining outdoors, then set their sights on another man whom they shoot in the leg when he fought back. Number 5, Silver Towers Condominiums, West 41st Street, Manhattan, September 9th. An off-duty cop falls victim to the gang when robbed of a Tag Heuer watch outside the building. I mean, an off-duty cop. Off-duty cops are armed. I mean, you're not safe in this city, honestly. If an off-duty cop can be robbed, I mean, what chance do I stand? And number 6, Tao Downtown, 92 9th Avenue, Manhattan, August 14th. Thieves swipe more than $4 million in jewelry, including a Richard Mille watch from 2 patrons. I don't see this coming to an end anytime soon. You know, crime is out of control in this city, and if the NYPD was gonna jump back on the horse and start fighting crime, they're not going to start with Rolex robberies. Just crazy that I was editing a video about Rolex robberies and this was on the front page of the New York Post. Like, it's such a synchronicity. But I am glad that at least someone is covering this. Rolex watch stealing is not going to be the NYPD's top priority, and I get that. But at least, you know, it's getting some attention. That's about it. Check out the article in the description and peace out.